Thank you for tuning in to Codename Spontaneity. This is Sharif speaking, other known as Bistro the Chef. That's my rap name, my handle. Anyway, this is episode 3. Today I want to talk about hip-hop. What is hip-hop? What do you know hip-hop to be? Well, I can tell you most people that I talk to about hip-hop, they think it's a genre, they think it's music. But in reality, it's not. Hip-hop is a culture. So today I want to express to you, my feelings and share with you, the 9 elements of hip hop. Now, for years I always thought there was 4 elements of hip hop, which is obviously MCing, graffiti, DJing, and breakdancing. But there's 5 more. So today I want to talk about those other 5. So in hip-hop, one thing you need to understand is hip-hop is a culture, you know what I mean? It's a lifestyle, Hip-hop is a way of life. So within this way of life of urban people, you know what I mean? To be honest, you don't necessarily have to be black or Latino to partake in the lifestyle of hip-hop. You could be white, you know what I mean? There's a lot of white people I know, when you look at them, it's like, yo, that's hip-hop, you know what I mean? So, one aspect we'll talk about will be street fashion, right? So you ever notice some dudes that be walking around, baggy jeans, one leg up, all white high tops, fitted cap, long ass white tee? That's hip hop, you know what I mean? He's portraying himself in a certain light, you know what I mean? He's showing the style, that's hip hop, having your own individual style. Now, everybody got their own style, personally, I don't wear fitteds all the time, but it's just hot. So my usual style, I like chinos, dress pants, slacks, regular denim jeans, wallabies, pumas, etc., Reeboks, Kangos, and all of that. That's my style, and that's fashion. That's a street fashion, it's really dope how you can mix things up and put different items and different classes of clothing together and make your own style out of it. That's cool, but that's hip hop. All right, number 2 is street entrepreneurialism. So when you think of street entrepreneurialism, most people will say that I'm selling drugs. And that's not necessarily the case, although that is street entrepreneurialism technically, but that's not the whole gist. So you see dudes selling incense on the corner, that's street entrepreneurialism. See dudes selling t-shirts, CDs out the trunk of his car, hair products, anything, freaking Rubik's Cubes, I don't know. People be on the corner selling their stuff, making their money, Society has told us that we gotta start a business and we gotta have a job on the corner in order to make money. Hip-hop has given people an opportunity to make money, different ways. They don't necessarily have to work for the man to get the bread, they can go on the corner and sell their products, my girl, she owns a business called Black Hippie Gift Shop. She sells tapestries and all of that. If you want to check it out, go to blackhippigiftshop.com. You know what I mean? She got tapestries right now. They real dope, man. Put them down, when you at the park chilling, go on a date, picnic, you know what I mean? All that stuff. Go to the beach with it, stuff like that. Hang it on the wall, cool stuff like that. All right. Next is street knowledge. So street knowledge is, in my opinion, knowledge and wisdom and understanding that you have gained from being in the streets. Living the struggle of, an urban citizen of society. Working minimum wage jobs, or, going homeless, or losing a job, not eating for a couple days, food stamps, getting government assistance, and the knowledge and understanding that you acquire going through those struggles and being able to share it with your fellow man and helping them to learn and all of that. I think it's pretty cool. That's street knowledge. Next is beatboxing, right? The beatboxing, making music with your lips. Like, I think that's pretty cool too. Like, it's real interesting the tunes that you can come up with, just using your lips and your tongue, and your teeth, and that making DJ noises and all of that. That's pretty cool, and that's something that you really don't see a lot anymore. In the 80s, it was big. Like, everybody beatboxed, like, nowadays we got instrumentals and dudes that rap to the instrumentals, but back then, like, dude had a mic and he just started beatboxing, then the vocalist would come through, the MC spit a couple bars, lay it down like that. That's cool, man. Like, hip-hop is awesome. Like, it's great. I'm glad to be a part of it, and to be honest, like, I'm never going to stop living hip-hop, because it's not something you could really walk away from. Like, hip-hop just is like daylight and nighttime is, anyway, another element would be freaking dang, I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot. Street language. There we go, street language. So you got the slang, you got how you articulate your words, you got ebonics, instead of saying something is nice, there's so many different words you can use just to say that something's nice. You can say, yo, that's cool. You can say that's dope, that's fresh, that's fat, that's ill. You know what I mean? Like, just the language that is part of hip-hop is just so dope. Like, it's beyond your wildest dreams. You could turn any word into something else. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, walking down the street, you see your mans, you know what I mean? You can be like, yo, what up, God? Or be like, yo, what's good, bro? Or what's goody, or what's hood, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways you can just flip a word around, and that's the culture of hip-hop. Now, as far as the 4 core elements, you got MCing, which in essence is rap, rhythm and poetry, rap, putting words together to instrumentals, making beats. Making beats is my favorite thing, to be honest. Like, I make beats myself. My producer name is Onyx Gems. I don't got anything online because I don't really like sharing my sound like that. I'm real selfish with my music. But anyway, it's like you're taking problem that's on your mind and turning it into sound and making it sound dope. Like, I've made some crazy beats. Like, to this day, I'll just be listening to them and be like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, how did I make that? Actually, the beats that be on my videos, those be my beats. Like, I made those beats. I didn't get them from YouTube or SoundCloud or anything. I just made them. But I know I just went on a tangent. But with rap, rap is so powerful because it's all about sharing a message. Now, mainstream rap kind of just went on this horrible tangent of gangster shit. Now, I've done some thug shit in the past, but I'm not a thug. You know what I mean? I was just in a bad situation and I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Fuck it. But I myself, I'm not a thug. You know what I'm saying? I'm an intellectual individual. I'm all about helping my fellow man. Because me as a person, I've gone through shit. So when I see somebody go through shit, and I've gone through it, and I see them going through it, I want to help them get through it, and that's what it's all about. Each one teach one. And in the beginning, rap was all about uplifting your fellow man. Now it's all about making money, saying a bunch of shit, bunch of hoorah, and getting paid for it, which I don't knock it. But, as far as the original formula of hip hop, I just wish that, or rap, I wish that, we would go back to that formula of just saying things that made sense. saying things to help, your fellow man, you know, saying things to influence the youth and helping them become better men, better women, in the future. Uh, Another element would be DJing. I love DJing. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I wish I could do it, but I don't got the money to buy turntables like that because I got bills to pay. But DJing is dope. Like taking different records and mixing them together and cutting samples and blending beats and all of that. I know a few DJs. My favorite DJ locally is DJ Tim Tones. Like, that's my favorite white boy. He makes amazing beats. His music is on point. I've never heard a bad beat from him. I've never been to a show and he sucked. You know what I mean? Never. Like, that nigga always been on point in my opinion. Like, DJing is so cool because it's just so creative, like you're taking actual songs from like the 70s or the 80s or whatever, you know what I mean? Even songs from the 90s, and blending another song from the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, whatever, maybe even the 50s, blending them shits together and making a whole different beat, you know what I mean? And then cutting the shit up, mixing it, blending it, adding drops, like adding drums and samples, like, it's just so complex, and like, it's just so dope. Like, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you look at it, it's just undeniably dope. Next one is actually one of my personal favorites, something that I do. I ain't gonna tell you my name because that goes against the code, but it's graffiti. Now, graffiti, in the beginning, people just sprayed tags up. There weren't any pieces or burners going on, when graffiti first started. But over time, it progressed into just something that's wild. You know what I mean? Like, you had block style, bubble style, then you had abstract. Now you got wild style. And wild style, like, has become like the mainstream of graffiti. But there's so many different styles of graffiti. They recently shut down the subway. They're turning into like apartment buildings or some shit. But it was full of graffiti, man. The Legal Wall by Village Gate. If you're from Rochester, you know where it's at, man. Like, it's dope back there. Graffiti, what I like about graffiti for me is it's therapeutic. Like, being an adult, you go through life, shit stresses you out. Sometimes it's just nice to get some paint and destroy some shit. You know what I mean? And just bomb, and just hit the wall with different colors and make different shapes and outlines and fades and all of that, and for me, I go all out. So I wear all black, I wear a bandana across my face so nobody can see me. It's just, really just fun and games for me. But graffiti's dope. That's one of my favorites, and it just blows my mind. Like, I'll be seeing pieces of work where you're just like, damn, like, for one, how the fuck did he get up there? For two, what the fuck does that say? And you gotta like stare at it for like 5-10 minutes, and you be like, oh, it says juice. Like, it's just mad dope. It's mad cool. And then last but not least, you have breakdancing. Now, I like watching breakdancing, like b-boys and all of that. I tried doing it back in the day. I wasn't too good. To be honest, the only thing that I could do was up rocks and backspins. That's it. But, watching breakdancing, you know what I mean? Just seeing how they're really just taking out their anger and frustration on their own body and on the floor, like really just mixing it up. And you see breakdancing going on, like, it's still alive, it's still out there. And to be honest, like, in America, the culture of hip-hop is kind of died a little bit, simmered down. But in like other countries and other nations like Europe, it's huge. Like, they fucking live that shit like it's the fucking 90s. Like, shit just came out, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, Japan, Asia, all that shit, you know what I mean? Like, they're about that shit like it's life. You know, for me, hip hop is a way of life. You know, like it's more than just music. It's more than just the artist or the artistry. You know, like hip hop is what you do. Hip hop is what you say. Hip hop is how you say it. Hip hop is what you dress. Dress like hip hop is how you dress. You know, like hip hop had never died. And to think that, hip hop started in, New York City as a little subculture and it blew up and became worldwide blows my mind. Blows my mind, man. Like, it's crazy how something so small, just think about it, like people probably told people who were like into hip hop and that it was just a phase, that it would die out, that 10 years from now hip hop won't be a thing. And hip hop has lasted through the generations. Like, I'm 30, hip hop was around before me. I was born in 88. Hip hop was around in 74. That's bugged out. Like right around the time that the Black Panthers got excommunicated by the FBI, around that time, like race riots and shit like that. That's around the time hip hop came into place. And it's just really dope how it just happened like that.